Hello friends, welcome to Technique. This is Nirmal here, and in this video we're going to do a comparison of 4 of the best smartphones below the 15K price segment in India right now. So we have the Honor 7X, the Moto G5 S Plus, the Xiaomi's Mi A1 and the Xiaomi's Redmi Note 5 Pro. So these are the 4 really good smartphones below the 15K price segment right now in India. So which is the better smartphone here, we'll let you know in this video. So before starting the video, let's remind our viewers that there is no perfect smartphone. Each of the smartphones released will have its own pros and cons. So based on which is your priority, you need to pick the best one out of the devices available. So we have the 4 of the best available. The Honor 7X which is priced starting at 12,999, and we have the Moto G5 S Plus which is selling right now for around 14.5K, and we have the Xiaomi's Mi A1 which is again at 13,999, and the Redmi Note 5 Pro which is again 13,999. So these are the 4 really good smartphones. So let's get started. First up, let's have a look at the design and build quality of these smartphones. So first up, if you look at the Xiaomi the Honor 7X, it is a really good looking smartphone out there. It has a really good build quality, 18:9 aspect ratio display, and the overall looks of this device is really good, and you can see the dual camera setup. So overall it's a well built phone with a good overall fit and finish, and feels really good in hands. Now talking about the Moto G5 S Plus. So this device does not come with the latest 18:9 aspect ratio, but one of the good aspects of this device is that it comes with really great build quality. It's a really premium finishing, and the metal used in this is a really high grade aluminum alloy, and it feels really good. So design wise, it definitely feels quite good, even though there is a projection for the camera unit. It's a large camera unit, and it has the standard 16:9 aspect ratio display. Now another device is the Xiaomi's Mi A1. So it again looks really good in terms of rear panel, the dual camera setup, the fingerprint scanner, and the antenna bands are placed pretty well. But one thing that is not that great on this device is the larger bezels. You can see the front and bottom panel has a larger bezel, so not the best looking smartphone right now, especially when 18:9 displays are pretty much common right now. So that's the Xiaomi's Mi A1. Now talking about the Redmi Note 5 Pro, this is the latest smartphone from Xiaomi in India, and the front panel looks really good. It has this 18:9 aspect ratio display, 5.99 inches in screen size, but the rear panel is not that great in terms of the looks. It has some metal unibody construction, but there is plastic finishing on the top and the bottom panel. So overall, in terms of design aspect, our personal choice would be the Honor 7X, which has 18:9 display, good overall design, and finishing also looks good. But in terms of the build quality, the device that stands out is the Moto G5 S Plus with a sturdy build quality. So that was the design and build quality. Now looking at the display aspect. So here we have all the devices with different display sizes. We have the Honor 7X and the Xiaomi's Redmi Note 5 Pro with 18:9 aspect ratio display. Both have full HD plus resolution displays. Again 5.99 inches in screen size. But we have a Gorilla Glass protection on the Redmi Note 5 Pro, while it's a standard display on the Honor 7X. Now talking about the other two devices, both these devices have the standard 5.5 inches 16:9 aspect ratio display, and both of these have Gorilla Glass protection. So out of the 4 devices, our pick in terms of the display would be the Redmi Note 5 Pro, because of 2 reasons. One is the 18:9 aspect ratio, then it has really good display quality, and there is also Gorilla Glass protection. Now next step, the software aspect. So this is one area where you need to prioritize whether you want a stock Android or if you want a customized UI, because all these devices have different UIs, with the Moto G5 S Plus and the Xiaomi's Mi A1 coming with the stock Android, while we have EMUI on the Honor 7X and the Xiaomi's MIUI on the Redmi Note 5 Pro. So in terms of software aspect, we feel the stock Android performs really well, and 2 of the devices with stock Android are better here. Both are running on stock Android. We have the Moto G5 S Plus with Android 7.1.1 out of the box, and we have the the Xiaomi's Mi A1 with the Oreo update. Android Oreo is running out of the box, and this is under the Android One platform. So if you want the stock Android experience, then our choice would be the Xiaomi's Mi A1, which is slated to get the next version of Android as well. But if you're a person who likes customized versions, then both these devices, the Redmi Note 5 Pro and the Honor 7X, are really good devices. But we feel the EMUI has slight edge here in terms of the overall multitasking abilities. But the feature-wise, both these devices are pretty good. So overall, in terms of the looks, the MIUI looks really good. But our choice in terms of the customized UI goes for the EMUI, because it is having some really good optimization, and RAM management is really good. So that was the software aspect. Now looking at the performance. So here again there are two aspects for the performance. One is day-to-day performance. For that, all these devices are really good and it does a pretty good job without any sort of lags or issues. So all of these devices, it does a really good job in terms of the day-to-day performance. Now we have the Snapdragon 636 octa-core chipset on the Redmi Note 5 Pro. It's a latest chipset, while the Moto G5s Plus and the Xiaomi's Mi A1 comes with the Snapdragon 625, which is again a really good chipset. And the Honor 7X comes with the Kirin 659, which is an in-house chipset from Huawei. Now if you're looking for a gaming device, our choice would be the Redmi Note 5 Pro, because it has two reasons. One is it has 18:9 aspect ratio display and a really good Snapdragon 636 and 4GB RAM. The Moto G5s Plus and the Mi A1 are really good devices in terms of the gaming, but we feel the 18:9 display would be the trend going forward. So our pick in terms of the gaming experience would be the Redmi Note 5 Pro. And the Honor 7X is one of the least preferred devices in terms of the gaming because of the Mali GPU, which is not really powerful, even though the Kirin 659 is capable of good performance overall. So that was the performance side and the gaming side. Now next up, the most important aspect which a lot of people look at is the camera performance. So all these devices are really good in terms of the camera performance, be it the Honor 7X, the Moto G5s Plus, the Mi A1 and the Redmi Note 5 Pro. All of these devices are really good in terms of the camera performance. The only area where the Xiaomi's Mi A1 is not that great is the selfie camera, and all the other three devices have really good selfie cameras as well. So it's a really tough job to decide which is the better camera out there, because the Honor 7X has the wide aperture mode, the dual camera works pretty well. The selfie camera is also again above average 8 megapixel camera. The camera interface is one of the best out there in terms of the features being offered. Now if you look at the Moto G5s Plus, it's a standard stock Android. It comes with electronic image stabilization, 4K recording support, really good dual camera, but then the portrait mode on this camera is not very good. Now the Xiaomi's Mi A1 has again a dual camera setup, excellent dual rear camera performance, and the portrait mode also works really well, but the downside is that the selfie camera is pretty much average. Now finally the Redmi Note 5 Pro. This comes with really great camera abilities. The rear camera performs pretty well. The edge detection on the rear camera is again really good, and the selfie camera is also one of the best in this segment. So 20 megapixel shooter capable of really great selfies. So overall, looking at all the aspects of the camera, our choice probably would be the Redmi Note 5 Pro. The Moto G5s Plus and the Mi A1 and the Honor 7X are all really good camera smartphones, but if you ask one smartphone out of these four, we would definitely pick the Redmi Note 5 Pro. Now finally, the battery life. So again, all the four devices actually have different battery performance. The Moto G5s Plus and the Mi A1 has the least capacity at 3000 mAh, while we have the the Honor 7X with 3300 mAh, and the Redmi Note 5 Pro has 4000 mAh capacity. So with a high capacity battery and a really good chipset, the battery performance is really good on the Redmi Note 5 Pro. So now summing up, we have talked about almost all aspects, including design, build quality, the software performance, the cameras, the gaming experience, and the battery life as well. So if you were to pick one device, which one that would be? So first let's have a look at the Honor 7X. It has a really good design and build quality, good display as well. Software is really good, although it does not have the Android latest version of Android, and the battery life is also quite decent. The downside is that the gaming performance is not that great, and it runs on Android 7.0 out of the box right now. So that's the Honor 7X. Now the Moto G5s Plus comes with really great build quality, and the fit and finish is also really good. Good battery life, then it has stock Android, powerful chipset, the Snapdragon 625, good set of cameras, Probably the only downside if you're looking at 2018 is that it does not come with 18:9 display, but then this device has been launched for almost like 6 months now, so we don't have much to complain here. Probably the portrait mode in the camera was not that great, and it does not have it hasn't got the Oreo update as of now. So the Moto G5s Plus is a really good device. Now talking about the Mi A1. The Mi A1 has a good design, the rear panel looks really good, but again it does not have an 18:9 display in 2018, and the important aspect about this device is that it comes with Oreo out of the box, probably the only device right now which has Oreo out of these 4 devices. Now the camera performance is also good, the battery life is quite okay performance, and overall performance is also really good. The only area where the Xiaomi Mi A1 falls short is the larger bezels on the front panel, and also the selfie camera was not that great. So that's the Xiaomi's Mi A1. Now finally talking about the Redmi Note 5 Pro. So it has this 18:9 display. The design is kind of subjective. It's not a very great design in terms of the rear panel, and looks like iPhone 10 design, and the display is again good. The software is not very great because it's at Android 7.1.2, and there is no Oreo even for a phone released in 2018, so that's a downside. But having said that, it has a Snapdragon 636, which is one of the really good chipsets right now, and it has 4GB RAM and a great set of cameras and good battery life along with excellent performance. So out of these devices, which is the best out there? So it's a really tough job to decide one out of these, because all these devices have their own great aspects, pros and cons, and if I were to choose one of them, we would definitely choose the Redmi Note 5 Pro. Couple of interesting aspects. One is that it's a newer chipset, great performance, good cameras, and the only downside probably would be the Android Nougat running on this device, and there is no Oreo out of the box. So that was the detailed comparison of these 4 devices, the Honor 7X, the Moto G5s Plus, the Mi A1 and the Redmi Note 5 Pro. So hope this video was useful in picking which is the best smartphone based on your priorities. Again, we would like to remind our viewers that this is our personal choice. This does not mean that other devices are inferior. All of them have their own pros and cons. So based on which is your priority, we would suggest our viewers to decide the best device. So please share your opinion on which is the best device out of these 4 devices in the sub 15K price segment. You can leave your vote in the comment section. So that's it for this video. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more videos, and thanks for watching. Hope to see you in our next video. Have a great day.